My name is Thomas Goodfellow. My text is Jude, verse 11 through 13. My main idea is there are false teachers in the church. They are a real danger, but the Lord is just and will give them the judgment they deserve. The chiastic structure, as noted by the New American Commentary and the Word Biblical Commentary, demonstrate that verse 11, the woe oracle, is the hinge point of the text. The woe oracle presents three examples of people who've gone against God. They present these examples as examples of judgment. These are Cain, Balaam, and Korah. The Word Biblical Commentary notes that Korah is not chronologically the last example, but Jude has placed him as the last example to emphasize the swift judgment that comes to false teachers. Thus we can know that false teachers will be judged. Jude 11 through 13 then teaches there are false teachers in the church. They are a real danger, but the Lord is just and will give them the judgment they deserve. Genre makes a difference to our interpretation of this passage. For example, when we consider a chiastic structure like this, it is most commonly found in the Old Testament, and especially woe oracles, prophetic warnings or statements of woe are most commonly found in prophetic books. You can see here, once searching the English word woe so as to give a result across both Hebrew and Greek texts, that in the New Testament, Jude and Revelation have the highest frequency of the word woe, but following this, and by a long way, Habakkuk and prophetic texts. We realize that Jude is a little different than other New Testament books. Jude is speaking truth to the church in much the same way that the Old Testament prophets did to Israel. This makes a difference as now, with the structure and genre, we consider the whole book as a communication of a warning. This functions as a type of prophecy. The main way this affects application is that it means that we, as a church, can apply this teaching pretty much directly today. Logos Bible software made a difference to the meaning of this text in many different ways, but I can't show you all of them, so here's just 3 ways that it made a difference. Firstly, I was able to consider the text using commentaries, but also the sentence diagramming tool, which can be found under Documents, Sentence, and Diagram. Using these 2 things, I was able to deduce that verse 11, the woe oracle, is the hinge point of the text, but also, as you can see in my sentence diagramming, that Jude constructs poetic word pictures in verse 12 and 13. The importance of this is that Jude is constructing a word picture. He is using poetry to spark the imaginations of the readers or the hearers of this passage. When one's imagination is sparked, they will begin to imagine just what it means to have hidden reefs in amongst you, even in your love feasts, your moments of communion. And this has very real implications on our application today. Secondly, I was able to review the variations in translation using the version comparison tool. This revealed the differences in translation, especially between the ESV and the NIV, as can be seen mostly in verse 12. This led me into the third point of how Logos Bible software helped me understand this passage. Thirdly, I was able to consider the Greek word translated reefs in the ESV verse 12 and blemishes in the NIV verse 12, and make a decision on which was the most logical choice. To do this, I performed a Bible word study, which revealed it literally means rock, but only occurs in the New Testament once. I believe that Jude may be intentionally trying to remind us of 2 Peter chapter 2 verse 13, the parallel verse as the NAC notes. The importance of this is that blemishes would merely imply corruption, whereas hidden reefs cause the reader to realize there is an unseen danger.